Hello everyone, welcome back to the Atlas PEP training program. Guaranteed weight loss and fitness simplified for everyone. Tonight, as I said, is video 2 regarding the PEP system as far as food intake. We're going to keep moving through step by step. I need you to follow me through each video because what we do is a whole lot different than what everybody else does. I'm not trying to sell you shakes, I'm not trying to sell you food, I'm not trying to sell you a program, I'm actually not trying to sell you anything. As I've said before, the PEP program actually focuses on what we really do is add the exercise to your program when we're regarding weight loss, and then in line with that becomes the fitness part of it. But tonight I'm going to show you part 2 of the food intake. And remember, everything about the PEP program rolls up to the 3 core values, and the 3 core values being simplify, quantify, and humanize. Last night we went over simplify. Tonight we're going over quantify. And you cannot be successful in weight loss in the long term and maintain it without quantifying how you got there, so you know how to get back if you ever get wrong. All right? So later down the road, we're going to talk about quantifying exercise. Right now, we're going to talk about quantifying food intake. I don't use the D word because it just makes it sound like I'm trying to sell you something. But we're going to quantify food intake, because if you ultimately don't know whether you're taking in too much food, it becomes almost impossible to lose weight. All right? So I'm going to let you in on a little PEP secret that only my clients know. It's not something I put out there. It's something we call the 90-day PEP food intake test, okay? What we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do your own little test at home for free. You don't need to go to some fancy club or some hospital and spend from anywhere from $200 to $300 to $1,000 to find out about your food intake value. I hate counting calories. You don't really need to initially. I just want to know, am I eating the amount of food that's putting weight on me, keeping the same, or helping me lose weight? So I'm going to teach you how to do the 90-day food test. And this is actually very, very simple if you follow along with me, okay? We're going to quantify the food test. Day 1 is your start day, okay? So day 1 of the 90 days, you have got to pick 90 days where your life is going to be normal. No vacations, no special event, no major special events, no major change in your lifestyle. Okay, I'm not saying that you live like a monk, but for 90 days, I want you to live kind of a normal life. You're going to pick the way you eat, and you're going to continue to eat that same way for 90 days. I'm not talking about the same amount of food. I'm not talking about cutting your food down. I'm not talking about adding your food up. Whatever you've been eating like now, I want you to eat exactly like that for the next 90 days. Not a whole lot more, not a whole lot less. So food intake is the same starting then. Exercise is the same. So however I'm exercising when I start this 90-day program, I want to keep exercising the same way for those 90-day programs. This is really, really, really critical to the outcome of this. So if I'm used to eating 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'm going to keep eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If I got ice cream 3 nights a week, I'm going to keep eating ice cream 3 nights a week, all right? Basically, this is the way that if you were going to keep going like this for the next year or 5, this is the way that you would normally eat. Same thing with exercise. I don't want you all of a sudden deciding you're going to go to a running program, a walking program, or whatever. If you start the 90 days and you're not an exerciser, then I don't really want you exercising for the next 90 days, okay? This right now is not about health. We're going to find out whether you're eating too much food, the right amount of food, or too little food on the way it's changing your weight, okay? So day 1, you're going to pick and you're going to start your 90 days, okay? At the end of the 90 days, only 3 things can happen, okay? Number 1, your weight can stay the same, Okay? So at the end, I started weighing 190. At the end of the 90 days, I still weigh 190. I ate the same way the whole time. I did the same amount of movement, same amount of exercise, the same time my weight stayed about the same. The second thing that can possibly happen is your weight goes up. Okay? So again, I was eating all the same way, moving all the same way. I started at 190. 30 days later, I'm up at about 200 pounds. Okay? So I gained weight. The third thing that can happen is my weight goes down. So I started at 190. 90 days later, I'm down to 185. Ate the same, exercised the same, but I lost weight. What this 90-day test tells me in these results, if my weight stays the same, and folks, here it is again, Chico, okay? If my weight stays the same, that means the number of calories I'm taking in is equal to the number of the calories I'm taking out. And if I keep doing exactly what I'm doing, eating the way I'm eating, moving the way I'm moving, my weight is going to stay the same. Okay? If I like my weight, that's great. I know my calories in is fine. I know my calories out is fine. I'm not talking about health right now for either one of them. Neither calories out as far as exercise or calories in as food. Remember, nutritionists and registered dietitians, if we're talking about health, we're just simply talking about the calories in and out, okay? If my weight goes up, that means I've got my calories in are more than my calories out. So I'm eating more than I'm burning. Now, if I want, I can keep doing that, but my weight is going to keep going up. And if I don't like the fact that my weight's going up, my belt's getting a little bit tighter, my dress sizes went up 1 or 2, the problem in this study right here is that this number of calories in is bigger than the number of calories out, okay? Number 3, if the weight goes down, that means my calories out is bigger than my calories in. And if I keep doing that sort of thing, my weight might keep going down depending how much I lost. If I want to do that, I can keep doing whatever I'm doing and my weight will continue to go down. If I ever want to change that, I can change either side of the equation, calories in, calories out, and do that. How do you now simplify what I have just quantified? Remember, it all goes back to that, all right? Well, you've been eating a certain way. Again, I don't believe in shakes. I don't believe in any food plans or all that sort of thing. All I want you to do is decide what you want to do with your calories in. So let's say I'm somebody whose weight was exactly the same. I need to change one side of these equations. We're going to stay away from the exercise thing because once we get into exercise, I got a lot I need to go through. So we're going to just say you're one of those people that says, that Dennis, I forget the exercise thing right now. I just want to do it with diet, okay? This is going to be really simple. Whatever your diet is, start taking little pieces away each meal. If I have a breakfast where I've got a bagel and some bacon and some hash browns and an orange juice, take something away. Take away the hash browns, okay? Then when I get to lunch, I got a sandwich and an apple and a chips and a yogurt and a cookie. Take away the cookie and the yogurt or something very simple. Dinner, I slap down 3 tablespoons of pasta. Slap down just 1, okay? And eat that. And then measure those calories of what you're doing, all right? No major changes. Very small changes in all of your meals spread out. We don't want to shock your body into thinking you're starving it by pulling food back. So we only want to do a little bit at a time. And if we're just doing it with what you're eating, you don't need to think a whole lot about the way you go through this, okay? All you're doing is eating the same way, just taking a little bit away at a time. Slow and steady wins the race here. I do not believe in fast weight loss. It is a big, big problem. And one day I'm going to do a video simply on quick weight loss. These 6-week weight loss programs, these super fast weight loss programs, I'm going to show you the reasons they're no good. So we're going to do it. If you want to do it on calories alone, is just taking a little bit away from what you eat every day. We've quantified it through the 90-day test. We've simplified it because you're just taking away from each of your meals as you eat. Pay attention to each one of them as you eat, and then follow that until your weight starts to change, okay? And if it doesn't, that's when you're going to come see us and we're going to help you through, okay? So there you have it, the 90-day test. Start with day 1 all the way through to day 90. Weigh yourself day 1, weigh yourself day 90, and you're going to know if you're a 1, a 2, or a 3. And then again, talking simply about food intake, you're going to decide what you want to do with the end results. So there you go. That's how you quantify your food intake. That's how you simplify your results if you want to do this with a food intake alone. And eventually, again, Chico rule of thumb, it's math. You change one side of the equation, it has to change the answer over here. Okay? There you have it. The 90-day PEP food intake test system. Calorie intake quantification. Thanks for watching tonight. If anybody has any questions, Dennis Mathias at AtlasWearables.com. Dennis Mathias at AtlasWearables.com. Flip on over to Dennis Mathias at Facebook. You'll be able to watch this video and you'll be able to see how to do this on your own. You don't need to pay anything for it. All this is free. It'll get you the information you need to know why either your pants are getting tighter, getting thinner, staying the same, and you can make a decision on your own, or you can reach out to us and we'll help you talk you through what to do from there. Okay? So come back tomorrow. I'm going to go on to phase 3, and we're going to keep going through the food intake until you really understand every piece of the food intake, including some of the really bad things eventually that I'll get into, like why you shouldn't lose it quickly. What's wrong with diets that are so structured? What's wrong with fad diets? Some of the bad things that are going to end up giving you some trouble. So thanks for watching tonight. There it is, the 90-day PEP test. If you have any questions, send me an email. Thanks for watching. Hop on over to Facebook at Dennis Mathias. You can watch this, and I'll see you tomorrow night for video number 3. Have a great night, everybody.